All right. Well, welcome everyone. I am Michelle Veazey, and I'm the Executive Director with New Hampshire Businesses for Social Responsibility. And we are very excited to be able to offer this opportunity today for everyone to learn a little bit more about the wonderful opportunities that we have with our partnership with the University of New Hampshire and their Sustainability Institute. We are thrilled to be able to work with UNH and have done so for before I started with the organization back in 2011. It's a partnership that we deeply value. We feel that's incredibly important to both provide the kind of contact for students that allows them to see what's happening in the business world, but we also greatly appreciate UNH's efforts to really give students a sustainability lens as they move into their professional careers. I think that this school is very unique in the depth of offerings that they have, and so for that reason, we constantly love to partner with UNH in programs. I do want to mention something that is incredibly unique and I think so valuable, something that a lot of us might not know, is that UNH has the platinum rating for higher education in terms of its sustainability efforts. They're one of only a very small handful of schools who have achieved that rating. And as a UNH alum, I am incredibly proud of the school for the work that they have done. So, and we are very fortunate to have that kind of support in our academic institutions in the state. So with that, I am going to introduce Faina Bukher, who is the program director for UNH's Changemaker Collaborative. I have worked with Faina for years, and she is a wealth of information, and I'm sure she can really help you with anything you need in terms of engaging with the Sustainability Institute and all the programs. So thanks for guiding us through this webinar today, Faina.
Thank you, and thanks so much for hosting us. I'm so excited for today's conversation. We have three amazing partners who I'll introduce momentarily, and co-hosting with me today are my colleagues, Allison Leach, Susan Kaplan, and Alexis Dwyer, and you'll hear more from them soon as well. We'll also have Kat Hand in the Q&A portion, who is coordinating some of the clinics. So we're pleased to partner with with NHBSR to bring this webinar to you all. So many of you are working on sustainability related issues and have deep expertise and valuable perspectives, as do some of our students and our staff and faculty. And so to be able to bring together all of these students who are demanding to see positive change with you all who are bringing that positive change about is my greatest journey in life. It's my favorite job that I've ever done, and I hope to do it forever. So this year, as Michelle mentioned, we celebrated the 25th anniversary of the Sustainability Institute, and we're really proud to be one of the first universities in the country, all the way back from 1997. That was 25 years ago. Can you believe it? So we established a comprehensive university-wide approach to sustainability, and it's because of this longstanding commitment and the work of so many partners across the years that UNH is one of the top universities in the country on sustainability issues. And we certainly, could not do that without you all doing the work you're all doing in New Hampshire. So, as a national leader in sustainability, UNH is one of only 11 institutions that holds the highest level of recognition, which is STARS Platinum. STARS is a reporting platform that measures all aspects of sustainability, including the curriculum, operations, research, community engagement. And so we're really psyched to have the 5th highest score. So as a public land, sea, and space grant institution, we've been dedicated to the public good for over 150 years. We view the UN Sustainable Development Goals as our framework for sustainability, and we define sustainability as the collective commitment to human dignity for all people and ecological integrity in all places. Sustainability is really fundamental to the public good and is a core UNH value. So this partnership is, is really aligned. Our long-term commitment drives us to bring diverse people and ideas together to make UNH a model sustainable learning community. And to be a sustainable learning community, we're reaching across and beyond campus, right, to engage state, regional, national, international partners so that we can together advance sustainable solutions. We actively partner with businesses as well as nonprofits and municipalities to offer many opportunities, to offer information, and most importantly, to offer resources for your professional and personal use. And we continue to develop our program on the principle of mutual benefit and shared value. And our partnerships not only bring capacity and immediate impact to your host org, but also help us to develop these innovative, experiential, high impact models of 21st centuries. Like I said, students are demanding a different kind of education, and we're here for it. The power of this kind of immersive learning is just huge. We know that out-of-state students who intern in New Hampshire are 3 times more likely to stay in New Hampshire for their job. And that jumps to 8 times more likely for in-state students. So giving students an opportunity to meet role models and mentors like you all through our programs is another reason, right, why this is so powerful. We're thrilled we can do our part to train the next generation of sustainability leaders and change makers, and to support you all and your businesses doing really great things in our state. We have highly motivated students who have sparked their sense of purpose, and we want to work with you all to help ignite that spark. Together, we know we can work with each other to help students become well-equipped to tackle humanity's most pressing problems. We can achieve more effective and rapid gains by working collaboratively together across disciplines, sectors, and generations. So today we will dive a little deeper into our programs. Our partners will share about their experiences engaging with the UNH Sustainability Institute, and hopefully you all will learn and be inspired to take practical steps to move your sustainability work forward. So I'd like to just remind you all, if there are questions, please put them in chat and we will we'll go through those at the end. So let's move into it. I'm happy to introduce some wonderful folks. So Allison Leach is our the Sustainability Institute SIMAP coordinator, program manager, and also the instructor for the Carbon Clinic, which you'll hear more about in a second. And joining her is Bruce Hall from Wyman. And so Allie, I will give it to you to take it away. And Kat Hand will be joining us for the Q&A, as I mentioned before. She coordinates both of the clinics. Allie.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Faina, for that introduction, and also wanted to thank NHBSR for hosting this webinar series. As Faina mentioned, our students are really looking for these real-world hands-on experiences in sustainability, and those are only possible if we have great partners like organizations we've found through NHBSR and in the community to make those experiences possible for our students. So I wanted to thank all of you for your partnership and collaboration. So my name is Allie, and I am the program manager for a tool called SIMAP at the Sustainability Institute. So SIMAP is our carbon and nitrogen footprinting tool that we actually host right here at UNH. We developed it and launched it and host it right here at UNH. I just put a link to it in the chat. And I work on this along with my colleague, Jen Andrews, and many others from the Sustainability Institute. And it's a tool that organizations can use to calculate their carbon and nitrogen footprint. And it's used by colleges, universities, small businesses, nonprofits, municipalities all across the US by hundreds of organizations. And we'd been hosting this tool for a number of years and realized that there was also a really a need for folks to develop the skills to actually do these footprints. So we've been providing this tool, but realized we could also use this tool as a teaching tool for education. And so there's 2 programs that we offer to train folks in carbon accounting so they can then do their own carbon footprints. One of those programs that you can see here on the screen is the Carbon Footprinting Certificate. I'm going to put a link to this in the chat as well. So I teach this along with my colleague, Jen Andrews. And the Carbon Footprinting Certificate we offer through UNH Professional Development and Training. It's a series of online courses, half-day courses that go over the basics of greenhouse gas accounting, and no background is needed. So we start from the beginning in terms of how defining the terms, what even is a carbon footprint, what are the boundaries, and we have a lot of hands-on exercises and data activities and breakout groups throughout these exercises. So they're a lot of fun. We really enjoy them. You can take the full series of courses together. There's 3 core courses and an elective to complete the certificate, or you can take them individually. And we also offer these as part of a custom training as well. So if your organization was interested in doing a full custom training series or just one class with us, happy to work with you on that as well. So the other program that we offer is the Carbon Clinic, and this one is more of a student-facing program. So this one is an undergraduate course that's a 2-credit course at UNH that's 1 semester long. We offer it every semester. And the whole idea is to really achieve 2 goals: train undergraduate students in carbon accounting and also help regional organizations make progress in their own carbon footprint goals and their own sustainability goals. So over the course of this 1 semester, what we do is we train the students in carbon accounting. We start with a pretty intensive few weeks learning about some of the boundaries, the definitions, the core concepts. And then in the semester, we shift over to working with clients. So we have about 4 or 5 clients that we're working with each semester. We just launched this fully last fall, so we're right now in the 2nd full semester of it, going to continue offering it every semester. And so we pair up these teams of students, so about 3 or 4 students per team, each with a client organization. And over the course of the semester, the students will then apply their carbon footprinting skills by actually calculating the organization's carbon footprint. And so we're always looking for more organizations to partner with on this. So if you all are interested in being part of the Carbon Clinic, I'm going to put a link to this one in the chat as well. And there's an application on that link. And we still, I believe, have a couple of spots open for the fall. And so if you're interested, please take a look at that application, send us any questions. Our amazing program coordinator, Kat Hand, is also available to answer any questions about the Carbon Clinic. She works on reviewing those applications and will follow up to anyone who reaches out about that. So it's really a fun program. We've really been enjoying it. At the end of the semester, we have a final showcase where the students share the work that they've done. So with that, I'd now like to introduce one of the clients that we worked with last fall and who we continue to partner with on different initiatives. And that is Bruce Hall from Wyman's. Bruce is the Director of Agroecology at Wyman's. And we've calculated their first carbon footprint through the Carbon Clinic and are continuing to partner with Wyman's in a number of ways. So with that, I'll turn it over to Bruce.
Thank you, Ali, and thank you to NHBSR for hosting this and for allowing me to be a part of this event. It's really exciting. I came to work with UNH last fall for the first time through this program, actually through a sort of an extended social network connection. You know, last fall we entered. We remember the first Carbon Clinic semester, which Ali just described. You know, our organization is an interesting one. We are a farm agricultural organization. We are a food manufacturing organization. We're a supply chain organization. So we have many layered nuances to our thinking about our sustainability. And so last semester, we were hoping to gain insight to begin to quantify our what our actual carbon footprints are, what impact are we having on sustainability, and try to move towards a more data-driven quantitative assessment of ourselves and how we operate and exist in this world as a business and as a community. And so we were part of the Carbon Clinic last semester. We did our Scope 1 and Scope 2 analysis for our US operations. And presently, we are involved as an independent study partner. So we have 2 students, one who returned from the fall semester to continue working with our organization, and another student who unfortunately was not able to participate last semester due to scheduling conflicts. And so they're helping us unlock our understanding of our Scope 1 and Scope 2 carbon footprint in our Canadian operations. And actively ongoing right now, we are interviewing for summer sustainability fellowship positions. We are going to be a host partner, and I'll be serving as the mentor for that individual. And through that opportunity, we're seeking to better understand through quantified data what our Scope 3 carbon footprint calculation looks like. In total, I would say that our experience partnering with the Sustainability Institute and the students has been truly phenomenal. The Institute, the Sustainability Institute, provides tremendous support in administering, whether it be the interview process for the fellows or lining up students for the independent study program. It's just been tremendous. And then most importantly, the students themselves. Where Wyman's receives the biggest value in our partnership with UNH is twofold. One, we get to truly make a difference in our own business's sustainability vision. And perhaps more importantly, we start a semester working with undergraduate students who were still timid a little bit to be in that sort of business-facing environment. And then the reins are slowly handed over to them where they're managing these projects, and they're doing a great job, and seeing them grow as individuals and being able to be a part of their future success in the business environment is very very rewarding from our end.
Well, thank you both so much for sharing that. Next up, we'll have Next up, we'll have Sue speak about the B-Impact Clinic as the instructor, and then Anne will speak to her experience as in the clinic as both a client and then also as a business advisor. And so that's really unique and exciting. I'll hand it off to you, Sue.
Great, thanks so much, Faina, and thank you, Michelle and Debbie, for creating this partnering webinar. My name is Sue Kaplan. I am the founder and senior consultant for Sustainability Futures Consulting, and I've been active with NHBSR since I think 2017, when I joined the Measure What Matters 101 survey, and am still on that committee. It's a very good segue actually to the B-Impact Clinic. But before I go into the clinic, I also am teaching sustainability in action here. This is my 4th semester, and it's in the sustainability dual major. Amazing students, really incredible impact that they're going to be creating. So the B-Impact Clinic was something I loved as a member of NHBSR before I really knew much about UNH. So I used to come down to the final showcases, and then had the privilege to be the first business advisor, and did that for a couple of semesters. And then there was an opportunity again through Fiona that I became the faculty lead for the B-Impact Clinic. It is a really powerful, exciting, collaborative experience for both the students and the clients and the community. So the structure of it is that we interview students about being learning how to be a consultant, and they have a structure with a peer mentor who's already been through the clinic at least once. The business advisor is there to help mentor and answer questions around the B impact assessment. The B impact assessment is really that's the roadmap for working with clients because there are 5 sectors of in the B impact assessment. So it's workers, customers, community, environment, and governance. And the students work with clients with, looking at a number of many questions in each of those 5 sections. And there's sort of 3 types of clients. Ones who are want to certify for the first time as a B Corp. Recertify. You have to recertify as a B Corp every 3 years. And then there are other businesses who come in who really want to, accelerate their sustainability practices. And that has, we've had a variety of sectors who have been in the clinic. We have very large companies like Hypertherm, Stonyfield, or Timberland, but we also have in the clinic this semester, we have a startup for a gluten-free beer brewery in Portland, and Blackstone Point Oysters, and All of Us Films, it's a documentary film. So very different. And then also big commercial real estate business and a recertifying solar company, Blue Wave Solar. So I think the value that I've seen over many semesters is really a whole complete value proposition for all of the stakeholders in the clinic. It's exciting. It's hard work. Maybe not as hard work as the carbon clinic. I don't know, but that's my perspective. We have mostly filled up for the fall semester, but not completely. But I think it is an incredible combination for anyone's business to do both the B Impact Clinic to, mobilize more sustainable practices, but also learning how to really take a look at the carbon footprint that your business will have. So I'm going to move over and invite my partner for this clinic with Ann Richardson.
Thanks, Sue. I appreciate it. Hi, everybody. I'm Ann Richardson. I'm the owner and media director at Richardson Media Group in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. And we are a paid media planning and buying and SEO agency. We've been in business for almost 9 years. And I feel like this is a very comfortable seat for me because the first exposure that I had to UNH's Sustainability Institute and the B Impact Clinic was as an attendee on one of the NHBSR webinars. And so this just was, an inspiration for me. I believe it was Fiona Wilson and Aaron Allgood speaking at this point, almost 2.5 years ago, that inspired me to make the decision to jump into the B Impact Clinic as a client. At the time, that would have been the fall of 2020. So everybody can think back to what that year felt like. So everything was virtual. So I had a unique virtual experience with my student team who was guiding me through the B Impact assessment at the time. But we were inspired by that experience. The student team was incredible, so knowledgeable. And I'm still in touch with them to this day, which is just something else to consider, that, this kind of bridge between the college student and the professional person out in the world is really important too, I think, for so many reasons. So we earned our B Corp certification in January of 2022. It took a while. And today we can say that we are the first marketing agency in the state of New Hampshire to have earned our B Corp certification, thanks to the UNH B Impact Clinic and Sustainability Institute. So my role in today's conversation is as a business advisor with Susan and her team at the Impact Clinic. And I am the business advisor along with the student team for Blackstone Point Oysters that Susan just mentioned. And so that's sort of taking me a little bit out of my comfort zone, because obviously we're a professional services agency and Blackstone Point is an oyster farm, but it's been really interesting so far. I think one of the biggest takeaways for me is the importance of continuing to stay involved with this program and the greater sustainability efforts of UNH, because as our identity as an agency expands and evolves, as we continue to pursue making ourselves even more responsible as an agency, I think the involvement with UNH is a huge element to that, as well as our membership in NHBSR and my position as a board member at NHBSR. So it's all connected to me. It's a big web of great people and inspirational work, and I highly recommend it.
Thank you so much, Anne, and thank you, Sue. I love this big web that we call our sustainability network. So thanks for being in it with us. Before we move on to the Sustainability Fellowship, I'd love to show you all for the first time ever in public our new advertisement for the Impact Clinic. So again, this has not been shown to anyone yet, but here we go. So we're so excited that we were able to get that advertisement together thanks to NHBSR when we won a, I always forget what that's called. I raised my hand and I won something and it was great. And so thank you to Chop Shop and Billy over there for just working with us on this beautiful piece. So next up, I'd love to hand this over to Alexis Dwyer, who will be chatting with Sara Sankowich.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Faina. Hi, everyone. I'm Alexis Dwyer. I am the Program and Network Stewardship Coordinator at the UNH Sustainability Institute. And a key part of my role is coordinating the Sustainability Fellowship. The fellowship is all about matching amazing undergraduates or post-baccalaureates with excellent organizations like yours that are doing important work in sustainability. We set the stage with well thought out and planned projects in a collaborative atmosphere. And in turn, our goal is to build resilient communities in a resilient world. What sets the fellowship program apart is not only do host organizations work with a fellow at their organization, but they are also part of a bigger program that has multiple additional advantages and assets here at the UNH Sustainability Institute. So really together, we design a program that will be a triple win, which is of course an organizational win with a high impact project, an educational win as a high level student experience, and a sustainability win as of course sustainability is advanced. Our team at UNH and the host organizations together design the projects so that the fellow can own them and create that high impact. The fellow takes responsibility of the project, and the project is designed to get something done, which will sustain your organization from that summer point time and then into the future as well, which creates an impact on the community and region you are working in. At the end of the summer, fellows will also have an added value to your organization and have had an immersive and high quality learning experience, possibly even career launching experiences for fellows who are interested in engaging in sustainability careers. And then, of course, the high impact project that benefits your organization and the fellow also means there is an advancement in sustainability too. We're grateful for organizations like yours. I see some of you on here who are partnering with this summer, so we're really excited to work with you and your fellows. And we just love that it's a win for your organization, for the students, postbacks, and for the world at large. And I'm so delighted to have Sara Sankowich joining me today, the Director of Sustainability and Shared Services at Unitil, to talk a little bit more about her experience in hosting fellows, as well as her additional involvement with UNH. Sara?
Thanks, Alexis. Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you. As Alexis said, I'm the Director of Sustainability and Shared Services at Unitil, and Unitil is a small investor-owned utility that serves New England, and we have our headquarters in New Hampshire, and we serve electricity and natural gas to customers across the state. And I first got connected with UNH through NHBSR as well, and it was in 2019. And so it was late 2019 when I had just taken over sustainability at Unitil, and I was tasked with figuring out how we were going to set goals and map out the future to be, the utility of the future and really meet our goals to be a force for good for our communities. And so I heard about the fellowship and I thought, well, I have no idea how to do a greenhouse gas inventory, but it sounds like this fellowship would give an opportunity where we have a lot of support to do that. So this was before the carbon clinic was available. So I used the fellowship to get a fellow to be able to do our first greenhouse gas inventory. And we actually use SIMAP, that tool to build the foundation where now we have set targets and goals and make progress from that very first fellowship. The candidates that we had were outstanding. We were planning on having an in-person, but it was the summer of 2020, so it pivoted to virtual, but it was outstanding. We actually ended up hiring our fellow who still works for us today, and he came from South Carolina. So you're right, moving really excellent students into the area. I'm glad to have him on board still. And now he has helped us have fellows over the next 3 years. And we have 2 more fellows coming, or a fellow coming this year working on different types of projects. So we moved from our fellowship from doing the greenhouse gas accounting to really advancing some of our other initiatives. So we've been looking at scenario planning, figuring out what climate change looks like for us and how we can be prepared to still serve customers even with an uncertain future. And so we've used a fellow for the last 2 years to look at the impact of sea level rise on our assets near the coast. We're looking at temperature extremes this year. And the candidates we've got are fantastic from all over with the skills that they need to be able to incorporate like geographic information systems into this sustainability planning and things like that. So I can't say enough great things about the team behind that gets these great students available and then supports them throughout the process to really make sure that we get a valuable product. At the end, we have a report that comes out. It's actual tangible. They present it to the CEO and some of our senior managers, and it's really allowed us to make change. So that's been great. In addition to doing the fellow, we've been through the Be Impact Clinic, which was absolutely fabulous as well. And I've been a judge for the Social Venture Innovation Challenge and had an opportunity to meet students. And I'm always just so engaged and thrilled by the amount of creativity and passion that comes out of students. And it actually ignites me and my fellow workers to want to be a force for good. So it's been great. And I think, my advice to everyone is to make time to be engaged, make time to learn and listen and collaborate and make partnership a priority, because it really pays dividends and is very, very rewarding in the end. And it's hard to make that time, but it is worth it.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much,
so much,
Sarah.
Sarah.
Thanks, Alexis, for leading that also. And I love that you mentioned, Sarah, being involved with the Social Venture Innovation Challenge and other parts as well. And so I'm going to hand it over to Alexis to talk a little bit more about other ways to partner.
Right, exactly. So thank you so much, Sarah, for mentioning that, because in addition to all of the opportunities you've heard the program managers speak about today, we have even more ways to partner and connect with UNH. So one of those ways is through SVIC, which is in the fall. We host the challenge, an idea competition, which invites students as individuals or in teams to identify a pressing sustainability problem at the state, national, or global level and develop an innovative, sustainable, business-oriented ideas to solve them. So as Sarah said, it's super impressive, incredibly inspiring. And if you are interested, we'd love to have you partner with us as a judge or even as an SVIC sponsor. Another way to partner with us is through our UNH Sustainability Dual Capstone Project. The Sustainability Dual Major Capstone Project is a semester-long team project where we partner the student teams with local companies and nonprofits to create community-engaged real-world projects. So definitely reach out if that's something of interest. And we'd also love to partner with you for our events. Goodness, we host a variety of events each year, and some of them even host up to hundreds of people at UNH or even virtually. And we're always looking for speakers and event sponsors. So definitely reach out to us if you're interested in that. And of course, it's been a slew of opportunities that you've heard about today, so many different ways to partner together. So to help you remember the opportunities and to share with others at your organization or in your networks, we have a digital handout that we'll be sharing in the chat, and it's also available on our website. So it can kind of just remind you of the different opportunities that you've heard about today. And of course, as we're always evolving and growing and creating new opportunities, we would love to stay connected with you. So please connect with us on LinkedIn by following us at UNH Sustainability Institute and sign up for our newsletter, which is a monthly newsletter delivered to your inbox to keep you up to date about all of these wonderful opportunities and events happening through the UNH Sustainability Institute.
Thank you. I apparently am not very good at copy paste today, but Alexis, thank you for bringing all that up. We would love for you to follow us on LinkedIn. I'll put that in as well. And we do have a partner webpage that you can visit as well. So I want to take a few minutes to open it up for questions. I know we had to have some people had to log off. But if anybody has any questions that they want to ask, especially folks who are brand new to this web, we'd love to hear it.
Hi, Faina. This is Michelle. I did have a question from someone wondering about what is required to get started with some of these programs. They specifically mentioned the Be Impact Clinic, but maybe you could just give a real high level, like what do people need to think about doing in preparation for some of these programs?
So what I love about the collaboration, the work that we do together is that we do it together. And so we don't expect everyone or anyone to come being, you know, just completely prepared, because if they were, right, we would work ourselves out of a job. And so, you know, we have meetings with each of the companies, each of the organizations, talk about, you know, their unique needs, where they hope to go. As you mentioned, we have these kind of three categories of folks that we work with. And so we're open to wherever anyone is in that process of sustainability work. So whether you're just learning, whether you want to engage more, or you want to kind of join us to lead others, we're there for it. So not a lot of preparation. I would say if you're interested, the best thing to do would be to go to our website. And I know that we'll send those links also in the follow-up email, but to go to our web pages for each of these programs, and there are links to applications there that will ask you, some specific questions just to help in that discussion afterwards.
Yeah, I think, having gone through a lot of those, the thing that you just have to show up with is just some ability to carve out some time. But, they'll walk you through everything else. And, they're for the fellowship, you get the candidates, they help you interview and help you create a work plan. So your student has a plan of what they're doing all summer long, and they're not sitting there going, what can I do next? So it's really a great, well thought out program that you can just insert yourself as long as you have some time to go through it. They'll help you with everything else.
Thank you, Sarah.
I have to say too, we have a lot of NHBSR member companies that use these programs, and I have never had anyone have a negative comment about it. Everyone is so thrilled with the quality of the work that the students do and the professional manner in which they do it, that, it's just been a great resource for everyone. So kudos to all of you guys, because you really prep your students well at all levels. And I get to see a lot of the presentations at the end, and I'm always amazed that these young people are so professional in the way they share their results and, really speak to the audience. So it just, I highly recommend these programs.
What I would like to do is share with you all an action plan that is really meant to just be a tool that you can download and take a look at as you start thinking through what's next for you and what's next for the company that you work for. Really thinking, you can kind of work this out with your team, but how do you understand your company's culture and where they kind of sit with the work of sustainability? Where is your company on the continuum of engagement? So I think about, this kind of thinking at just awareness, right? Just being here. So we think about the continuum of engagement starting from awareness and then moving into connection, which is, being part of the work that we're doing together. And then the commitment piece, which really allows us to, celebrate where we are, see where we need to go and work on that together. It's really important to think about barriers to engage with sustainability. Those barriers are different for each of the stakeholders. And so in the vein of, shared value, really thinking through kind of how to lower some of those barriers before getting started, or, as you continue. And then in terms of taking action, what are some specific examples of issues that you want to see or address at your company? And then looking at your own work, so your department, your tasks, your strategy, what is the awareness level of sustainability within that, and how do you connect across divisions, across sectors even, to move that forward? And then what next steps will you take? I think we've thanks, Bruce. I think we've said to in a few different ways that we're here. We're here with information, we're here with resources, and we're here with really passionate students who have just unlocked all of this energy and commitment to making the world a better place. And those relationships that you all build with the students are not just a one semester relationship. Those go on for for life. And we just owe so much to the mentorship that you all provide when you do that. So I will end it there. I will say that if anybody's interested in meeting with any of the teams to make an appointment to talk through next steps, if you're interested in the Be Impact Clinic or the Carbon Clinic, or really any of the things that we talked about today, please stay on. We can move you into a breakout room so you can schedule that meeting. Thank you so much, Michelle and the NHBSR team, for giving us the time, space, and network to connect about all this.
Well, thank you all for sharing what you're doing. It's just tremendous to have this kind of resource, and we're lucky as businesses to be able to take advantage of it. And we're excited to be able to share this recording after the fact as well. So wonderful to have this as a ongoing resource. Really appreciate it. And just for that point too, Faina, could we also, when we send out the recording to everyone, can we include contact information for all of you guys? So we will be doing that, sharing that as well tomorrow. So really appreciate the insights everyone has shared. And as Faina said, if you'd like to stay on and schedule an appointment, please do. We're happy to connect people that way as well.
Thanks everyone for joining. Thank you, Sarah and Anne and Bruce. And thank you to our really strong and wonderful team, Alexis, Sue, Kat, Allie, and Fiona. Thank you.